Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be turning this, oh wait, first off, sorry for my ratchet nails. I had an event this past weekend and I had acrylics on, but I hate them, so I took them right off. Back to the video. So basically we're going to be turning this pink items into like my favorite Starbucks items. Let's get started. So I'm going to start up by mixing up some like dark brown with like a mustardy yellow and some white to create this like mocha color. In the meantime, I'm going to also get rid of this straw because I hate the placement there. It's like to the side and I like it, but like I would have liked it higher. I don't know, in my head it just goes somewhere else. So I'm gonna cut it out and paste it somewhere else. This obviously needs to be painted green because, you know, Starbucks straws are green. And I'm gonna trim the sides so that everything is nice and even. Once I finish with this, I actually go ahead and paint. I am using the popsicle stick because, well, you guys know when I need to put on a lot of paint, and this was a lot of paint. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. So I use a popsicle stick. And I'm gonna do 2 coats of this. I was tempted to do a third, but I liked the texture look, and also it was going to be way too slow rising, so it would like never deflate. Carefully on the edges, and once that's on, we're going to put it to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the cookie. Now, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I used to see it as like a triple chunk or double chunk chocolate chip cookie, but I think they changed the name and now it's just a regular chocolate chip cookie. So I'm gonna take this strawberry because I'm not sure where they were going with this cookie, but I'm gonna give it that baked color. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. And basically what I did is just to a little bit of the mocha that I had left over, I just added a lot of yellow. And it gave me this, like, you know, baked color. And I'm going to do the same for the back. Now, this actually took a lot better than I thought it would. So I actually ended up only doing 2 coats and being happy with it. So I'm going to do 2 coats of this color. Once I put it to dry, I am ready for the chocolate chips. And I love the color. I think it's pretty accurate. I think maybe I should do some shading in the next videos because it looks a little one-dimensional. But I think it looks great. So I'm just going to go ahead and start painting all the little chocolate chips from before. And I actually make up some others. So it's going to have a little bit more than what you see here. I think I made up like 1 or 2 more. And I put a lot of paint on it because I don't want to go back and wait for it to dry again to put on a second coat. So I just put 1 thick coat of dark brown chocolatey color. The hardest things really is always the edges, just because you don't want to mess them up. And I tend to do that. I tend to touch them to the point where I mess up somehow. But I'm getting better at it. I'm growing. And I put that to dry and I get back to the mocha. This is after 2 coats and I like it. I'm happy with it. So now, I know I've never seen strawberry whipped cream like this, but if there is, oh my goodness, like I have to try it. However, I'm gonna move back and go to the regular whipped cream and I do 2 coats of this. And again, I was pretty unhappy with 2, but it was so slow rising already that, you know, I just put a second layer that was thicker because doing 3 would have just been really, and then you have to like poke holes in it for the air to come out, and I wanted to avoid all that because, you know, I already am experienced with these kind of issues. So to avoid it, I just put on, you know, 1 regular coat and a second thicker coat. And look how slow rising this is. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. So like I told you guys before, I'm gonna paint this green, and I did 2 coats of this as well. So now I'm going to take this like labels, and I printed the logo on it. This is actually 1 inch, and maybe it should have been a little bit longer, or well, not longer, you know, a little bit bigger. But it's great. And I put another label on top of it just to seal that ink because, you know, sometimes it smudges. So I put one on top. I'm not even making sense. Okay, so here the swirly part was supposed to be so easy. I've done this in other squishies when I'm not recording, and I'm so good at it. And this one, I totally killed it. So I just had to pick up where I left off and add some lines and take away some lines. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't take away because that's really messy. But I just continued them, you know, and made them into a pattern where I thought it looked good. So this is a lot more slow rising. This Café Diane, it was not as slow rising as I would have liked, but it did get some rise with it. So here I am with some fabric paint. This is like my go-to sticking option for squishies. Wait, fabric glue. Just kidding. So fabric glue. This is my go-to sticky solution for squishies. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that into my whipped cream, and they're perfect. Oh my goodness, how legit does this look though? I'm thinking of going to Starbucks and doing like a real food versus squishy segment. Thank you guys so much for watching.